Now, is the economy going to crash like this meter into a recession? Well, maybe, and I'm going to dive into the reasons as to why. In the meantime, if you look at my prior video, the good news is that it might be an event-based recession based on Trump tariffs, so it should be short. But let's dig in more. I want to introduce you to this VIX index, a measure of market volatility. So it's based on option prices, but you can do your own Googling as to more about the index and why it works. But the main thing is it's known as the fear index because it measures expected volatility. It's a forward-looking indicator as to what's going to happen. Now, why is it important? Well, if you look at the graph, you'll know that 2020, we had a bit of a recession caused by the pandemic. And for those of you who are around, in 2008, the global financial crisis. So a big spike there. Now, what do we see? Yeah, there's a few kind of little spikes along the way. But here in 2015, in March, particularly April, we saw a big spike there. And we know that the S&P crashed down because of Trump tariffs. Now, there is a little bit of a silver lining and there's a little bit of reprieve, and I'll show you in the next slide. So as we know, Trump tariffs caused this, but the good news is that, well, good news for some, especially those that are in the pocket of old Donald, but he paused the tariffs. Now, why? Because the stock market was giving him grief. People on Wall Street were saying, what have you done? So there was this pause. Now, how has the market responded? So let's go back to our VIX index. So we saw this huge spike here at the beginning of April, nearing up 50 odd on the graph. So pretty high. But the good news is it tapered off and now we're down at really non-scary levels. But we know that's because the tariffs are paused. Now, he may put them back and they may be high. And then we could see this index spike again. And then you'll know we're definitely on the brink of a recession. And a lot of this is just kind of seemingly on a whim as to what comes out of Donald's mouth. So we don't know whether there's going to be a recession or not, but there's a high chance, and this index is going to tell you whether it's going to happen. Unfortunately, uncertainty breeds indecision. A lot of people are putting roles on freeze. They're not pursuing contracts. So a recession does become self-propagating, unfortunately. And if you're a startup, you don't have the luxury of getting it wrong. So my advice, or my guidance, I'd rather not give advice to startups, is prepare for the worst and expect the best. You can always recover, you can always spend more, but when you run out of cash, when your cash runway looks like that, it usually means that you're heading for a crash yourself. So don't let it happen. As they keep some cash buffers, be conservative, work with your chief financial officer. If you don't have one, get a fractional one as in a part-time one. Let's look after each other. Let's weather the storm. And as I said in my prior video, let's come out fighting fit. And 2026 could be your year. Anyway, that's all from me. Have a great day. Cheers for now. Bye.